Ryan here. Today, talking about the San Francisco 49ers. In this one, looking at the quarterback situation for the short and long term. I think you guys know with the Trey Lance injury that happened week 2 against the Seattle Seahawks, that is going to be having a lot of changes for the 49ers in terms of that position for the next year or two. It's going to be a wild one. I can't wait to see what happens this offseason. It kind of predicates on what happens this year in 2022, whether the 49ers, how far the deep playoff run is, if they go to the Super Bowl, if they win the Super Bowl. A lot of weird scenarios that can happen if that indeed does happen for this upcoming season in 2022. For me, I'm excited for this year with Jimmy Garoppolo as our starting quarterback for the rest of the year. It is intriguing to see what's going to be happening to this team after the season with all the things that can happen this offseason coming up in 2023. I hope you're having a great Thursday. Nothing too crazy for me. Football's coming up. Game against the Denver Broncos Sunday night. I hope you guys are excited for that as well. Everybody's going to be watching that on national television. I definitely am. I don't think I've missed a 49er game in a very, very long time. I think the last one I missed was the one against the Eagles last year, week 2, I believe. But anyways, let's get back to this video. Before I get the video started, per usual, please like and subscribe. That's going to help you out a lot. Click that bell notification to get notified of future videos. Share this content with fellow Niner faithfuls. Let's get this started. 49ers quarterback situation in the short and long term. Let's talk about the short term for this team right now. Jimmy G, we all know what he stands for. We all know what kind of quarterback he is. I think in the short term, they'll be in very good shape. This is a team that I can get behind and say that this is probably one of the better teams that we had in a while. We've had some really good teams for the past few years now, from 2019 to 2021. This year, everything's looking like it just multiplied by 2. This is one of the teams that is really, really good. Could be playoff / Super Bowl contenders. You look at the defense, I talked about them in the last video. They're looking amazing. The offense, with Jimmy coming back, I feel like they're more comfortable now with the whole quarterback situation. Trey Lance, I think he would have found his way during the regular season, but it would have been a lot of struggles, I would have said, because it's his first year starting full-time for the 49ers had he not get injured in week 2. In the short term, I think it's going to be like the past few years where they win a lot of games, hope to make it to the playoffs, make a deep playoff run. You know, all the typical stuff, but the difference is that they can actually end the season with the Super Bowl win, because when was the last time we won a Super Bowl? I know, it was before I was born. When you win a Super Bowl that long ago, I think we're all hungry for them to win one right now. Hopefully they can finish it off this year. This is the team right now. Jimmy G is the best quarterback that we got right now for the short term. This is a really good situation just for 2022, but for 2023, that's when everything starts getting kind of crazy. I can imagine this being like the Philadelphia Eagles years ago when Carson Wentz got hurt. Nick Foles came in and became the hero of the Super Bowl, beating the New England Patriots. That was a very tough situation. Once that happened, Carson Wentz was pretty much done his whole career. He never came back from that. It's just a really murky situation for that after Foles leading him to the Super Bowl, winning him, becoming Super Bowl MVP, and then making a statue of him. They ended up letting him go, and they had to commit to Carson Wentz because that's just the thing you have to do when you already have a top draft pick. You just have to commit to him. I feel like the 49ers, I don't know what they'll do in that situation. Let's put the case on if they win the Super Bowl this year in 2022. I know it's really early to tell, but let's just put it in a theoretical situation. If they win the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo as their quarterback, that's going to be a really tough situation. You're almost obligated to keep him some way, shape, and form, unless he's going to be asking for a boatload of money, which he will be asking for a boatload of money if that happens, because he fulfilled his obligation of 1 year. He took the team to the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl, maybe become MVP if he is really that good in the Super Bowl. That's just a very scary situation for the 49ers. I don't know if they want to get themselves into this position, but for right now, it works out. He's the starting quarterback for the 49ers. Trey Lance, I don't know what happens to him if Jimmy G miraculously takes this team to the Super Bowl and wins it all. That could hurt his confidence a little bit, like Carson Wentz. I don't think it'll be as bad as Wentz, but when you're injured and the team rallies and wins the Super Bowl without you, that's kind of just a weird situation right there. I don't know. Very interesting to see what happens for the rest of the year. Hoping Jimmy G takes us to the promised land and wins it all. I believe in this team. I believe in him. I believe in Trey Lance too. Do I think they would have won the Super Bowl with him? I don't know. That's a really subjective answer I can give you guys. I'll let you guys put in the comments below if you think we can win the Super Bowl with Trey Lance this year. We're talking about Jimmy G this year. He does put us in a position to go deep in the playoffs. The roster is in a win-now situation. They're going to have to pay a lot of players very, very soon. A lot of the guys, they're going to be having to go away in free agency like we see for the past few years. A lot of guys have left us, the 49ers, to go to other teams, particularly the Jets and the Dolphins. We all know why, with Mike McDaniel and Robert Saleh being there in the AFC East. It's going to be happening. There's going to be an exodus of people leaving. in 2023, 2024. It's just going to happen. And guys that are really important, like Nick Bosa, he's going to get paid. Other players, I don't know. It's going to be a murky situation. We lost a lot of great players last year. We lost Lincoln Tomlinson to free agency. We'll see what happens in 2023 when that happens. 49ers, they're in the win now situation. They have a roster that can really go deep in the playoffs and win it all, especially with that defense. That defense is just awesome and just a big stud. The side of the ball that I believe in the most out of anything. And defense does win championships. I know a lot of offenses have been able to handle defenses, but I'm still in the mindset that defenses are the very big part of playoff runs. They can get you there really good if you have a very good defense. I think that's pretty much it, you guys. I know it's not really the most complete answer I gave you guys, but with the whole short-term situation, I think they're in a good shape for 2022, but 2023 and beyond, I don't know. It depends on how the 49ers finish the regular season / the playoff year if they make it to the playoffs. If they win it all the way, then you're going to have to do something with Jimmy Garoppolo, or he's just going to get a big payday somewhere else. Trey Lance's confidence might be going down a little bit. But if it's just a normal situation where they make it to the playoffs, but they don't win it all, they don't go to the Super Bowl, then yeah, it'll be Trey Lance's team yet again. The 49ers, they put themselves in the messy situation anyways by trading all the way up for Trey Lance, which a lot of us did want, including myself. I'm feeling like Kyle Shanahan's losing a lot of confidence in him for whatever reason. And you could just see from the first 2 games or game and a half when he was just running the ball, doing a lot of handoffs, not really passing the ball that much. And I know it was kind of rainy the game and a half, but at the same time, you got to show some faith in him. He's shown a lot of faith to Jimmy G now, but still, with Trey Lance, you got to let him loose and let him play, not run around all the time. I mean, that's why he got hurt in the first place. I just want to see Lance succeed, and I think he can succeed with the 49ers, but we'll see what happens at the end of the season, what the result of the 49ers regular season / playoff season will be for the rest of the year. That's it, guys. Please let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this whole quarterback situation. Are we in good shape? Are we in bad shape? A lot of people are talking about this, so I decided to chime in on this as well. I'd like to hear what you have to say in the comments below. If you guys like this, please like and subscribe. That's going to help me out a lot. I hope to catch you guys up another time, maybe a Friday or Saturday, definitely on a Sunday. Can't wait to watch that game against the Broncos. Bye, guys. Love y'all. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Go Niners all day.